Hey,
収穫はありましたか?
Already here, as always. And there's a lane, wow. First party people. Oh, yeah, that's so sweet. And Iris Moth, hi. So nice to have you all around. Let's see, just double checking. Everything seems fine. Okay. We can roll with it.
最後の最後にね。やっぱりそうだった。メッセージボトルを記したのは、ベアトリーチェ本人だった。
そいつはクールだ。魔女は実在するで決着で？
さあね。寝ていい？あのおしゃべり教授。きっと講義では自分の世界に入っちゃって、寝ちゃう子続出だと思うわ。
どうぞどうぞ、お休みを。
しかし、うまくいくもんね。あいつ。私のこと、スマデラだと最後まで信じてたわ。
The Smadera family had cast out a net beforehand, over any people Enji might try to contact. They had offered a reward for anyone who could detain Ushiromiya Enji if she appeared. Enji had foreseen that and snatched it away. She had called herself Sumadera, and after skillfully tricking the man by saying her own subordinates would set up an ambush, she had taken him with her. So when the Sumadera pursuers reached the professor's house, there was no longer anyone there.
家人の話では、午前中にスマデラを名乗る若い男女が訪れ、
The dramatic music, yes, there we go.
教授を連れ出したきり、まだ帰宅しないそうです。裏をかかれた可能性が。
いけない子ね、エンジェちゃんは。そういう悪知恵、姉さんの血なのかしらね。あんなに名乗るのは嫌だと言ってたスマデラの名を気安く名乗ってくれちゃうなんて。そのうち教授もお戻りになるだろうさ。そしたらソチャでも振る舞わないとね。
That's bad, right?
は了解しました。
私を手玉に取ったつもりかしら。やんちゃな子なんだから。
With a demonic look on her face, Kasumi violently stamped her heel. Oh man. I'll teach you about my magic of origins. No, I taught you before, right? And you used to be able to use it. Did you forget? You were also a witch apprentice, and with your name entered into Mariage Sorcière, weren't you?
私も魔女に加えてもらったんだっけ?
I closed Maria Onechan's diary and flopped down on a very high-class looking bed. Since I had fallen into a pretty deep sleep in the car, it was taking longer than usual for drowsiness to set in, and I had been spending a long time reading the diary as I waited for that. This was a super expensive hotel in the city. Expensive hotels that are often used by the rich and famous have an abnormally strong duty of confidentiality, out of concern for their various circumstances. This made it a very convenient place for Enji, on the run from her pursuers. The idea that runaways spend their nights hiding in cheap hotels is a commoner's way of thinking. For Enji, who possessed all the wealth of the Ushiromiya family, the life of a runaway was truly comfortable. Of course, as a man, Amakusa was in a separate room despite being her guard. Enji was using the bedroom of the suite while Amakusa was lying down on the living room sofa. Amakusa said something about how the sofa here was more comfortable than his own bed recently. Poor guy. When I looked at the clock, I saw that it was almost 2 AM. Still not getting sleepy. I sighed deeply. Even though there was no wind, I suddenly got the feeling that Maria Onechan's diary had fluttered open. Then Onechan appeared. Her form was no longer the normal one that I knew. She was wearing the dress that Beatrice had given her after acknowledging her status as a witch.
もう寝ないと明日が辛いよ。
Sorry?
私も魔女なら、魔法が使えるのよね。
うん。使えるよ。教えてあげたでしょ？使い方。昔は使えたはずだよ。
覚えてる。使いたくなった。
寂しくなった？
別に。毎日枕が違うくらいのことで辛くなんてならないわ。
魔法の最初の一歩は、寂しいからとか、退屈だからとか、そのくらいのささやかな理由でいいの。
眠くなるまでの暇つぶしだとしても。
うん。エンジェがもう一度魔法のことを思い出してくれて、マリアは嬉しい。
Yeah, I'm still not able to piece things properly together in terms of timeline. I'm just rolling with it for now, so bear with me. It's been quite a long time since I last used magic. At one point, with Maria Onechan's introduction, I touched a corner of it and opened the door a tiny bit. So I should still remember that sensation.
今のエンジェは、かなり魔法の力が衰えてる。基本に忠実じゃないと難しいよ。
うん。四方を確認。静かな空間を確保。
天草さんは？
寝てるわ。
After opening the door to the living room a crack, I could see the blanket caterpillar. The blanket caterpillar on the sofa roll over in its sleep.
今のエンジェの弱い魔力では、半魔法力の影響を受けすぎる。人の姿だけじゃない。声も音も、気配さえも、エンジェの魔法の邪魔をする。それらを、完璧に立って。
Okay, what does that mean?
古代魔術師たちが、アトリエを閉ざして孤独を守ったように。
覚えてるわ。人間の存在自体が魔法を妨げる。故に、人に魔法を見せるということそのものが、とても高位な魔女の証だったわね。
Obtain a quiet space for yourself alone. That should cover it for the preparation of a space to use magic.
次に、よりしろ。今のエンジェには、自転車の補助輪、いえ、チェーンくらい大事。
これは当然無理よね。
Ninja rubbed her own head. She was wearing hair accessories with pink beads attached. They felt a little childish for Ninja's style, but she had never taken them off for a single day.
うん。今のエンジェにはとても無理。あの日から一日も休むことなく修行していたなら、あるいは今頃は呼び出すことができたかもしれないね。
Him? Who is him?
今から修行したら、どのくらいかかるの？
魔女の修行は、幼き日の1年が、老いの10年と同じ価値があると言われてる。
Alright, so a few decades.
相当の覚悟がいるよ。
それこそ、後ろ宮金蔵くらいに？ピアノもバイオリンも魔法も、幼い頃からの英才教育が大事なのね。
今のエンジェは、初めて魔法を使えた時よりも、その力が落ちている。無理をしないで、基本に忠実に。
After regretfully rubbing the things on my head one more time, I let it go. Then I started fishing through my knapsack, looking for anything that might make a good vessel. Hey Zeku, how are you?
これなら、よりしろにはぴったりじゃない？
懐かしい。うん。それならば、今のエンジェでも召喚できると思うよ。それには今、主がいない。
Always the thumbs up. I'm glad to see it.
エンジェが新しい主になるのも可能なはず。
Among the things that looked like good vessels, I took the one I thought might possess the strongest magical power, and set it on the side table near the bed with a clunk. Yeah, I gather as much. So far I had just pieced it in my mind as them maybe playing as kids and Maria talking about it. And obviously that would have gone away if Maria also went away. You know what I mean? But I don't know beyond that. Might not be right in any way. It was a shady-looking stake-shaped weapon embellished with an occult design. I don't like the stake-shaped thing. Okay, the stake of the 7 stakes of purgatory used by witches to offer sacrifices. In the course of their search for evidence, the police had collected a large amount of junk. After the investigation had finished, this had been faithfully returned to the Ushiromiya family. I found something there that I had seen in the illustrations in Maria's diary, and took it home with me.
煉獄の七杭はもともと7本で一揃いだった。気の毒にね。今はもう彼女1本だけ。
I make the rules moment. Oh lord. Oh sorry, I skipped that line. My bad. One-chan smiled, looking lonely. I pulled another book out of the knapsack. This was another old-fashioned, blatantly occult-related book. But this too was a book to be written in. It was one of Maria One-chan's elaborate notebooks. This one was not a diary. It was a grimoire, which she had written as a witch. The 7 stakes of purgatory were Beatrice's furniture, created by her and employed only for her sake. But since Beatrice was a witch of Mariage Sorcière, they could also be employed by Maria, who was a witch of the same alliance. For that reason, the method of summoning the 7 stakes of purgatory and how to handle them was written about in great detail in Maria One-chan's grimoire. And, as another person with her name in the same alliance, I was also permitted to employ them.
この杭は7姉妹の誰？
マリアの魔導書に彼女らの特徴がよく記されてるよ。七杭の姉妹は名前を間違えられることをとても嫌う。召喚する前によく彼女らの名前を思い出して。
A colossal number of pages telling of the 7 stakes of purgatory. They describe the 7 sisters in great detail. Yes, quite a long time ago I think I learned these pages almost by heart. The more I read it, the more I start to remember. By the illustrations and identifying characteristics written in the grimoire, I could tell that the stake in my hand was the stake of Mammon. In the past, I had been summoning them without any vessel because I never had any stakes. So this was the first time I had gotten a good look at any of the 7 stakes, not just Mammon.
マモン。五女。7つの大罪の強欲を司る。すごい子よね。
強欲は向上心、上昇志向、生きる強さなども司る。決して悪い意味だけではないんだよ。口は悪いけど、とても頑張り屋さんな子だし。
そうね。
Best greedy girl.
欲がないってことは、つまり、生きてる理由がないってことだし。
For a while, I heightened my concentration and digested the information that was written about Mammon. The more the summoner knows about the target that's being summoned, the better. Knowledge brings about magical power. I began to fill my head with knowledge about Mammon and build the necessary amount of magical power for the summoning.
魔導書って、ちょっとだけ面白いわね。下手くそな小説を読むより、よっぽど面白いかもしれない。なんだか懐かしい気持ちになるわ。
魔導書は、ただ文字を読み取るだけじゃなく、行間から世界を膨らませたり、挿絵から世界を生み出したりと、様々な想像を要求されるの。生み出す力。これを持つエンジェになら、どんな本よりも魔導書は面白いはずだよ。エンジェになら理解できるって、マリアはずっと知ってたもの。
マモンの知識、これで十分だと思うわ。うん。だいたい蘇った。
Hey there. How's it going?
やってみる。
しっかりね。いざという時に備えて、私の護符を。今の君は、同盟の条約に守られてない。マモンは少し喧嘩っ早いところがある子。あるいは、まだ恨んでるかも。注意して。
A grudge? Okay.
身につけることにする。
The 7 stakes of purgatory as furniture for sacrificial rituals are treated as beings inferior even to weapons. But that is only when it comes to demons. To humans, even furniture is something to be feared. I fished through the knapsack again, took out a bracelet charm with a scorpion medal that I had gotten from Maria One-chan long ago, and put it on my arm. I had no need for something like this in the past, but I need insurance. Theory video? What do you mean?
大丈夫。それにはまだ十分な魔法防御が備わってる。それを身につけている限り絶対に大丈夫。
Maria One-chan's magical power, in particular the power she could put into charms, was enough to earn even Beatrice's admiration. While it would only have looked like something cheap to a human who couldn't understand magic, its magical worth was incalculable. Question arc theories before answer arc begins and see if your theories are right. Ah, you mean just to stop and pause and think about things and how they might connect in my mind. I don't know if I would do like a special video about it. I would just take it as I've done it so far and talk about it as we go. And maybe given, I don't know, let's see how things fall into place after this chapter, because I still don't know what this chapter is supposed to be about. It feels like it's just barely ramping up right now. Once it's done, we could take a bit of a longer time and the end of stream to just talk about it, but I don't know if I would do like a separate video. Yeah, sure, I'll do my best. Yeah, okay. Aw, yeah, thanks. I'm doing my best to not let the pressure of solving the mystery get to me. Whatever I can put together by then, I will have put together, and however right I will be, I will be. This is what it is.
さあさあ、おいでなさい。罪を許しなさい。煉獄の七杭が一つ、強欲のマモン。
I don't know why this whole thing gives me an ick. I don't know how to describe it, and I don't know why I dislike it. It's just a feeling in my gut so far. I concentrated my mind. I made the anti-magic toxin that filled my body 0. Imagine a vast, untainted place. Doubts and common sense all resist magic. Make the resistance 0 and erase the burden towards magical power. Inside my head was the image of a vast space. It was a nighttime world where I floated in the air and the neon stars on the ground sparkled. I mean, yeah, that's also true, but I don't know if that's where my ick is coming from. It was, okay, no, I read that, sorry. A world where the stars that should have covered the heavens were drowned out by the light from below, and the stars covered the ground instead. In the world of a vast night sky with no obstructions, I imagined the wind blowing through freely. Just then, in that room where no wind could blow, the free nighttime wind whirled around. That long-forgotten sensation raced through my entire body. The unique feeling of exaltation felt when using magic. For Mammon's stake, held out in my hand, I gradually began to feel a pale light. The cyclone gyred around the stake. The hefty stake floated a bit into the air.
見事だよ。ブランクは君から才能を奪わなかったね。
さあさあ、おいでなさい。罪を許しなさい。煉獄の七杭が一つ、強欲のマモン、その姿を私に見せなさい。
I slowly raised my hand, and as I brought it higher than my head, almost as though it was being sucked upwards by it, The stake of Mammon likewise floated high up into the air and gradually began to shake. Its shaking grew faster and faster, and then it burst. Hey there! Yeah, that's where we are. With a speed faster than the eye could follow, it flew around, violently rebounding off the walls of the room. The terrible sound of it jumping from place to place bore down upon me, trying to make me flinch. But I mustn't lose my mental concentration. Then the stake, which had been flying around at an incredible speed, finally restrained itself and faced me. It was in the air just a few centimeters away from my forehead, held back by the defensive barrier created by the scorpion charm. It was trying to break the defensive barrier, eating into it with incredible power, but Maria One-chan's barrier wouldn't be broken so easily. Oh, sorry. I pressed too fast. The stake muttered hatefully. You could probably say that I had been saved thanks to the scorpion charm. Without that, my way of killing time until I got sleepy would have become a way to kill time for all eternity. When Mammon's stake realized that it was unable to gouge me, it gave up gracefully and changed its form from that of a stake into that of a person. Stake queen, okay. Ay. In her usual shameless outfit, which I would never be seen walking outside in. Although you could say it suited her in a demonic sort of way.
園児様なの？随分とみすぼらしい魔力だけど、本当に園児様？お久しぶりね、マモン。元気にしてた？てっきり、もう約5面の家具は何度で朽ち果てるだけだと思ってました。それで、これはどういう余興で？まさか、私の所有者が園児様とでもおっしゃるつもりで？
うん。園児が君の主人だよ。
マリア卿。これはお見苦しいところ。先ほどの結界は、マリア卿の？
今の園児じゃ、ひょっとしたら君にやられてしまうかもしれないって思ったから、護符を貸したの。
You like Belfa best. Alright.
マリア卿に、私の主人が園児様だと言われたんじゃ、断りようもありません。園児様、何なりとご命令を。私が必要とされるということは、新しい儀式を、新しい生贄を、もっとも、私を使いこなし、自らの手を汚す程度の覚悟が終わりならの話ですが。その役割は、私はもう求めてないわ。昔同様に、ただ話し相手になってくれるだけで十分よ。ええ。それがお望みでしたら、家具は、使われてこそ家具。お呼び出しいただいただけで光栄ですとも、園児様。
Mammon had a slightly complicated smile on her face. Mammon, magical therapist. I guess she had accepted NJ as her new master because Maria had told her to. But it looked like she hadn't gotten over her discontent at working for NJ with her frail magical power. Or perhaps she had some other reason for hating NJ. But for now, it seemed that she couldn't disobey NJ despite her discontent.
それで、私は何をすれば？わからない。適当に賑やかにしてくれればいいわ。昔みたいに。お言葉ですが、多分、園児様がおっしゃる賑やかさとは、私たち姉妹の騒ぎのことだと思います。私一人では難しいかと。お忘れで？
そうだね。七姉妹は、みんなが揃うと、本当に賑やかだったもんね。
Lucifer got girl. Everyone has their favorite. That's alright.
でも、今の園児の魔力じゃ、マモンを呼び出すのが精一杯だと思う。他の6人の悔いも紛失してる。
恐れながらマリア卿、私の悔いを経由し、七姉妹に語りかけ、
呼び出すことは不可能ではないかと。私を刺激されるのでしたら、その程度の力は、エンジェ様にはお持ちいただきたいところですが。
Mammon giggled. Apparently she wanted me to summon the other sisters, without the vessel. I see. Unable to be satisfied with being summoned alone, she asks for the other sisters to be summoned as well. I get it. Agreed. Yes, she was like this back then, wasn't she? Bliss for furniture is when it is used. Being used, no matter how roughly, is furniture's joy. Not only that, but no matter how much care you might treat them with. If they are not given a job, that would give them the greatest anguish. Mammon spoke as though to provoke me, but what she wanted was for me to summon the other sisters somehow and rescue them from the world of nothingness. Why not just be honest and ask me to then? Demons really are difficult.
エンジェ、無理しないで。マモンを呼び出せただけでリハビリには十分だよ。
あら、一人だけでリハビリになっちゃうの？どうせ暇つぶしよ。いいわ、マモン。乗りかかった船だわ。呼べるところまで呼んであげる。
本当に？さすがエンジェ様！さあさあ、早く早く！
Even though she had said it, it seemed that Mammon hadn't really expected to be able to ask this of Enje. She hopped around, badgering Enje to summon the other sisters. The consumption of physical and magical power used to call Mammon alone was considerable. It will probably be pretty tough to do 6 more. I mean all of the magical power of those who reach the level of being called witches, because those people can summon these sisters with no more than a snap of their fingers.
マモン、エンジェに無理をさせないで。エンジェはまだ本調子じゃないから。
エンジェ様はみんなを召喚してくれるって言いました？
Actually, I only said that I'd call as many as I could. Guess this is great.
無理しないで、エンジェ。もう今日は休んだ方がいい。君は十分疲れてるよ。
いいわよ。どうせ暇つぶし。ばったり寝込めるくらいに疲れさせてもらうわ。
This time there's no vessel. I'll have to strengthen the image solely from the knowledge in the grimoire and manifest them just with that. I held my hands out into the air, replaying in my head the sensation from when I had summoned Mammon. Come on, I know all of the 7 sisters personally. How did she know personally? Remember in the past, the times I talked with them. Once again, the power of magic began to fill me up. It radiated as a faint and yet distinct pale blue light from both of my hands.
エンジェ様、しっかりしっかり頑張ってねえマリア卿、エンジェ様は必ずみんなを呼び出してくださいますよね。また7姉妹は再会できますよね。ね。
うん、きっとね。
I don't know what kind of catch that can possibly be. I am just confused. Because I can see, like, okay, there might have been a moment when Maria and Enjo played together as kids. Even though Enjo was really... She was really young. She was, what, she was 6, right? Yeah, when Maria was 9. And they could have played magic, whatever. So she could have gotten the idea that she can perform magic out of it. Okay, fine. I can roll with that. But knowing the Sisters of Purgatory personally, summoning them now, what is all of this supposed to mean? I don't know.
でも、それが今夜という保証はないよ。
エンジェ様ならできますって。エンジェ様、お願い。末っ子のアスモから。
アスモデウス。7女。わかった。
Let it cook. Man.
末っ子から順番に呼ぶわ。
A strand of hot sweat dripped down from my forehead. This really does put one hell of a strain on you. The pale light in this space began to form into the vague outline of a girl.
さあさあ、おいでなさい。煉獄の7杭が一つ。色欲のアスモデウス。
There was no vessel. However, with the strong core conviction that she definitely did exist there, I began to crystallize her form. Her outline became distinct, and the form of the youngest of the 7 sisters, Asmodeus, was finally created.
色欲のアスモデウス。ここはどこ？
ここはどこ？
私は生きてるの？アスモ！よかった。マモン姉さん、ここは一体。私を呼び出したのは誰なの？エンジェ様が私たちをみんな蘇らせてくれるって。
No, I didn't.
エンジェ様、ありがとう。次はベルゼをお願いします。
ベルゼブブ6条。暴食のベルゼブブ。
Your recognition honors me.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much for the gifted tier 1 sub. Wow. And hi Barbarian. Okay. Oh, that's very, very kind and generous. Thank you.
さあさあ、おいでなさい。
If I just keep on like this, I wonder how many I can summon.
Your recognition
Oh.
honors me.
Thank you so much for the Prime sub. Wow, okay. Thank you. Your kindness is very much appreciated. The pale light made an outline and formed into Beelzebub.
暴食のベルゼブブ、ここに。ベルゼー！エンジェ様、すごい！
Mammon and Asmodeus jumped on Beelzebub, celebrating their reunion. I don't know how to say her name properly. Please don't judge me. Summoning 3 people at once, my head was throbbing. Without resting, I summoned the next one.
さあさあ、おいでなさい。
Oh no, this is not gonna end well.
煉獄の七杭の一つ、怠惰のペルフェゴール。
怠惰のベルフェゴール、ここに。なんと私がまだ必要とされるとは。
ベルフェネー！お腹すいた！じゃなくて、また会えて嬉しい！また七姉妹みんなが再会できるなんて、エンジェ様、本当にありがとうございます。
The other goth mummy. I guess they're all coming. Only stakes, yes. Good one, Bear.
この調子で次はサタンネーオ、レビアネーモ、ルシネーモ。
ええ、わかってるわ。だからお願い、あまりうるさくしないで。4人同時は結構きつい。
エンジェ、もうそれ以上無理をしないで。これだけ久しぶりなのによく4人も召喚できたよ。
Yeah, Beato has been here from the very beginning.
よせ、マモン。今のエンジェ様には我らの召喚は負担を強いている。エンジェ様、どうかご無理をなされませんよ。
私は嫌。
At least one of them has a bit of a sense of reason.
エンジェ様は約束したもん。また私たちみんなと遊んでくれ
She
るって。
never said that. She never said that. It's okay, that's not gonna happen. No,
エンジェ様、みんなとまた会えるって。
No,
すぐに会えるって約束した。
そうね、約束したわ。すぐにがいつのこととは約束しなかったけど、確かに私は約束したわ。
だから守って。じゃないと私は今日までそれを忘れていたエンジェ様を許さない。
さあさあ、おいでなさい。煉獄の七杭が一つ、憤怒のサタン。
my mind was starting to get hazy, but I'll call. I may have forgotten those days. I may not have thought of them as anything but sadness and loneliness. But certainly, the short time I spent with these girls was, without a doubt, fun. Stream paused. To me, it looks fine. There was a little hiccup. Oh, sorry about that. I should sit a bit more straight. It's working? Okay. Alright. The time she spent with these girls. What time? When?
フンドのサタン、ここに。
何やってるのよ、あんたたち。私たちが井戸端会議をするだけでどれだけエンジェ様に負担をかけてるか分かってんの？
Satan, who had apparently figured out the situation immediately after being summoned, yelled out in a loud voice, telling her sisters off. That loud voice made my consciousness fade again.
私たちはベアトリーチェ様より休むことを許された役目を終えた家具なのよ。再びお役に立てる機会を賜るどころか、新しい主人の負担になるなんて、そんなの家具の直れ。早く姿を消しなさい。
うん、サタン姉の言う通りだ。姿を消す。お前たちも姿を消せ。
Oh, interesting.
それがこの瞬間、一番エンジェ様のお役に立てる。
私は嫌よ。
Showing consideration for Enja, that's interesting.
みんなを呼び出してもらえるまでは嫌。私も嫌。お腹すいた。じゃなくて、やっと再会したばかりなのに、もう帰るなんて嫌。
What's with this I'm hungry thing? I will get at the stream, okay. Go get something delicious, enjoy. What does it mean? No. I refuse to think that this I'm hungry is a slip up.
わがまま言ってんじゃないわよ。ほら、とっとと姿を消す。ほら、アスもさっさと消えなさい。
サタン姉さんがいじめた。いつも末っ子からなんてずるい。
実に賑やかね。退屈しない。もう十分だよ。今のエンジェには限界を超えてる。そうね。
Ah, because she's gluttony. Okay, okay, there we go. The situation where I had summoned 5 of them and they were messing around as they pleased was placing far too heavy a load on me currently with my meager magic power. Yeah, okay, yeah, you're right. I hadn't connected it in my head. It's just, I guess it comes naturally to me. This is it. Ah, yeah. As my consciousness grew distant, I collapsed onto the bed. Have beds always felt this soft? It seemed that the sisters were still squabbling together as much as they liked. For a way to kill time until drowsiness comes to get me, this will do. Feeling something warm and nostalgic in the sisters' liveliness, I sank into a world of deep sleep. At the entrance to my dream world, I felt Maria One-chan and Sakutaro waiting to receive me.
お疲れ様。そして、頑張ったね。
ウリュウ。おかえり、エンジェ。
Welcome back, huh? Then I should respond like this. Glad to be home. Hey, Tustators. Yeah, we had a moment with the stakes. Some sort of moment with the stakes that I have no idea what it means. Oh, that's right. Just once in the past, I underwent training in order to step into the world of witches. I accepted that the only power which could save me from my sad, painful days at St. Lucia Academy was the thing called magic, and I received Maria One-chan's introduction to the basics. Aha.
広大な空間を峠のドライブインから麓を見下ろした時の風景。こう
I projected that scene from a memory into my mental world. Normal little girls get over their admiration of magical girls during elementary school. Training in absolute earnest to use magic at this age, I have to say I'm embarrassed of myself. But even that embarrassed emotion felt pleasant to me now. Right now I was learning mental concentration from Maria One-chan in order to use magic. Maria is too adorable. Yeah, she's sweet. I'm scared about what this thing means under the surface, under the sweet and adorable surface. I don't like it, but I can't explain why. It's just a gut feeling and nothing more. But it wasn't going very well. It was about as hopeless as going to a person who can wiggle their ears, asking them how they do it and expecting to learn anything at all from their demonstration. It seems that you need to imagine a vast space to gain the mental concentration for using magic. So I remembered the time from my younger days when my family had gone on a small vacation and I had looked down toward the base of a mountain from a viewing platform at a rest stop on the peak. And I tried painting the scene in my mental world. Oh, I do like Enje. I do like her. Quite a lot.
まだまだ狭い。もっともっと広い空間をイメージして。そして、エンジェだけの新象世界を作り上げるの。まだまだイメージが霞んでる。空気に温度もないし、風もない。匂いもない。
I have too much anti-magic toxin in my system.
まだまだ世界が希薄。それらは後でもいいから、今はとにかくもっと広い世界をイメージして。
I'm also a little bit... I don't understand. How is Maria so knowledgeable to the point where she can train someone else when supposedly she herself wasn't that highly trained in magic? She's your third fave in the cast? Alright, alright. She's cool. I like her.
ウリュウ、どうして広い空間のイメージが必要なの？
人間の体内には生まれながらにして魔法を妨げる毒素があるんだよ。その毒素を浄化しないと魔法はうまく使えないの。そのために有効な方法の一つが広大な空間をイメージすることなんだよ。
さっきは飛行機の窓から見た世界を思い描いたけど、それもダメだったわ。もっと広大な世界なんて見当もつかない。
ならマリアの持つ広大な世界をエンジェにも教えてあげればいいよ。そしたらエンジェにもイメージがしやすくなるんじゃない？ウリュウ。
そうね。私もお姉ちゃんはどんな世界をイメージして魔法を使ってるのか興味があるわ。私もそれを参考にする。
ダメだよ。新象世界は広大で、そして孤独じゃないといけないの。自分以外に一切遮るものがない世界。だから、その世界を人に教えたら、その世界は孤独ではなくなってしまう。だから、新象世界は誰にも明かしちゃダメなの。
Oh, interesting. Interesting choices. Nice.
だからエンジェも上手に新象世界を描けたら、それは自分だけの秘密の世界にするんだよ。
ウリュウ、マリアケチンボ。
ありがとう、サク太郎。修行に近道なしってわけだわ。努力してみる。大丈夫。ヒントは十分もらえてるわ。
Bad to this character.
ウリュウ、エンジェ、頑張れ。
I had come to think that there was no way I could be saved by something like magic. After all, magic doesn't exist in this world. That kind of thing should be nothing more than a fantasy, a delusion, a daydream. Yeah, Chidorin happy about the Burn Castle fans. Yeah. However, Maria One-chan had shown that she could fill her own world with happiness using a power that was impossible for me. I had been looking down on that happiness as an empty happiness. I had been denying it at all, thinking that because I didn't accept magic, I couldn't accept the happiness that came from it either. But Maria One-chan's world grew happier and happier. In the past I had disparaged it, calling it painful to look at. But that might have been nothing more than jealousy. It was time for me to admit that. and doing so was my first step in the search for happiness. A vast space. A dry wind that can blow unobstructed by everything. Let me feel that wind blowing through my hair. Oh, yes, even the ground might block me as I am now. Then I don't need it. Push the ground away, downwards, downwards. In other words, it was as though I had floated up, leaving the ground far behind. After pushing it further and further downwards, the ground grew foggy and faint, and for the first time I began to feel the sky. Then I understood its vastness. Oh, thank you for the hydration. Yeah, just a second, my glass is empty. In that instant, I felt the vivid wind pass straight through my body. In other words, blow through without any resistance. Pizza or burger? Ooh, that's so difficult. Always a difficult choice. I personally would feel more like pizza right now, but that's my preference. Both are very, very good. The witch burgers. It's so difficult, yeah.
そう。その感覚を維持して。
ええ、わかる。すべての妨げから解放されてるのがわかる。
やったエンジェ！やったエンジェ！魔女の世界への最初の第一歩を踏み出した。
これが魔女の世界。
うん。じゃあ、エンジェがずっと望んできた魔法を練習してみよう。お友達を呼び出す魔法。エンジェを寂しさから救い出してくれる味方を作り、それによって幸せになる魔法を。エンジェにも僕みたいなお友達が呼び出せるの？うりゅうりゅう今のエンジェには、ゼロの海からサクタロほどの友達を呼び出すには、まだまだ早いね。
I think this is one of the things that really rubbed me the wrong way last time. Because they took Maria's power to see the happiness in her situation, even if she was sad and lonely and missed her mom, and even when her mom was there, things were kind of complicated and not always very happy and stuff. So they took her power to be happy about the little things that she could be happy about. And they turned it into the power to make a stuffed animal come to life. I feel like it's missing the point. I feel like it's missing the essence and the core of what Maria's power is. And it's focusing way too much on the fact that she gave life to Sakutaro. And also, one thing that they kept insisting on last time was that she did it out of nothing, out of zero. Like, there was nothing there and then she suddenly created this thing. When was it really nothing there? Because wasn't he a gift from her mom? So doesn't that already bring with it a certain depth of emotion and connection and meaning? Is that really creating from zero? I don't know. I don't know. I don't like this. There's something icky about it. Like, all of it. When they went and turned it into a witch thing, I feel like it missed the core of what it was. I don't know. Oh, so you've been reading, okay, wait. Okay, you're in chapter 5, okay? Don't know anything beyond that. I've read both of Yen and manga like 3 times this year. I'm obsessed, alright. In 1 year, that's impressive, actually. 3 times rookie numbers. I mean, 3 times in a year. I think it's quite something to go through all of this again and again. I legit have to resist reading again. Do I think this is an illusion to make me convinced in magic? I don't know. I don't know what this is supposed to be. There's no... I mean, except for what we saw last time, there isn't necessarily a trace of Beatrice in it, so I don't know what to make of it. But I definitely do not like the fact that they took something that was so pure and beautiful and they kind of twisted it into, oh, this is magical power and I am a witch and I gave life to a stuffed doll and you can do too. I feel like it's missing the essence of it. That's all.
最初は呼び出しやすい友達から練習しよう。
最初は何を？
エンジェはマリアージュ・ソルシエールの魔女だから、同盟の魔女が刺激する存在はエンジェもまた刺激することが許されてる。例えば、サクタロは私の友達だけど、同じ同盟のエンジェにとっても友達で、そして召喚することができる。今度試しにサクタロを呼び出してみて。寂しくて辛い時、サクタロがきっと元気づけてくれるよ。
Oh, right. You could call Saktaro a being employed by One-chan. So, as a witch in the same alliance as One-chan, it's also possible for me to summon Saktaro. I met Saktaro's gaze. What a joy it would be to have him just be sitting there by my pillow, so he could talk to me a bit on lonely nights.
私が呼びかけたら、あなたは現れて話し相手になってくれる？
Start the blood rituals, oh no!
ウリュウ、エンジェが呼び出してくれるのを楽しみにしてる。ウリュウリュウリュウ。
Looking happy, Saktaro playfully pressed and rubbed his head against me like a cat. Suddenly getting this cute younger brother left me feeling a bit confused, a bit embarrassed and a bit happy. Yeah, but he's Maria's too. This is I don't know how to feel about all of this. Unable to understand why I hadn't been able to honestly accept this feeling, I felt tears well up in my eyes.
お姉ちゃん、私頑張るわ。
じゃあ、練習をしてみよう。同じ同盟の魔女、ベアトリーチェの家具を呼び出してみよう。
ベアトリーチェの家具。
Hearing Beatrice's name mentioned gave me a slightly strange feeling. When it came to the crime on Rokkenjima, the public had made a lot of noise about it being a witch's sacrificial ritual or something like that. And that witch was Beatrice. So if the culprit of that crime was a witch, it would mean that this very woman was the culprit who took away my family. However, according to Maria One-chan, Beatrice was a good witch. If I held negative emotions towards Beatrice, she would get mad, argue with me, and call me mean, and refuse to talk to me for a while. Perfect tsundere. One-chan was my only close friend right now. So to avoid worsening the mood of my close friend, I had decided to think of Beatrice as nothing more than One-chan's magic master. And anyway, my belief is that the crime was a murder plot hatched by Aunt Eva. Someday, I'm definitely gonna bring that all to light. Yeah, so it's just like a code that you use some converter somewhere to and from the code.
エンジェ、また体内に妨げが混じってるよ。
ごめんなさい。集中を書いたわ。もう一度。
One-chan is really something. She instantly noticed that I was being overcome with idle thoughts. After shaking my head just once, I reimagined the wind blowing through the vast sky.
煉獄の七姉妹。なんだか物騒な名前ね。
でも、とっても賑やかで楽しい子たちだよ。エンジェの新しいお友達になってくれるかもしれない。まずは私が呼び出してみせるね。見てて。
Yeah, people use it occasionally in chat, so if you see it, you can use the site to decipher it. And then if you want to reply back, you should use the same. It's all for... and I know it's a bit of effort, so I appreciate that you're doing it for my sake. I do not look at them, I do not go back to the chat and translate them or anything. I just completely skip them out of sight, out of mind. But yeah, if you want to make some exchanges between each other on thoughts or whatever. Oh, that's nice. I appreciate it. But yeah, if you do want to exchange something very quick, or if you just see other people say something and you're curious what they're saying, that's what it is. Now you know. Maria Onechan lifted both hands up to the level of her head and quietly unified her mind. The state that I could not attain without meditating for a long period of time, she reached in a span of a few quick breaths. Then a pale blue light began to gather in her palms, and one by one the girls began to show themselves. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The way they were summoned one after another in a line was so overwhelmingly impressive. Satan looks so dissatisfied. Incredibly dissatisfied. Yep, that's correct. I guess they are cute. I can't say they're not cute. But they were also used to brutally murder characters, so excuse me if I'm quite a bit on the fence here. What's a little murder if they're cute? Yeah. The way they were summoned one after another in a line was overwhelmingly impressive, incredible. The Seven Sisters of Purgatory, just like the illustrations in Onechan's Grimoire, the younger sisters were behind the eldest, Lucifer, who saluted Onechan.
煉獄の七姉妹、ここに、マリア卿、ご無沙汰を申し上げております。
久しぶりだね。みんなも元気？
我ら家具は、刺激されてこそ家具。久しぶりのお呼び出しを、心より光栄に思います。
サク太郎
Okay.
お久しぶり
They're all gonna fall over.
相変わらず美味しいじゃなかった。かわいい
Delicious. Okay, I see it, I see it. They can probably peel oranges like a charm. Optimism always. Murder is like minor inconvenience in Umineko though. Yeah. To be fair, it is a true assessment. I love the you like their outfits? Yeah, they're cute. This isn't one of those visual novels, right? What do you mean by those? Because it's a bunch of things. I don't know, it's not. Unless you count the very poor and bad taste jokes that Battler was trying to make in the beginning, but no, that... Yeah. Sakutaro has that stuffed animal riz. Yeah, a bunch of...
私が一番今日もふかふかプニプニしててかわいい
プニプニ
私にも抱かせて私にも抱かせて
They weren't there, they were cringe. They were suggestive too. They were suggestive too.
うりゅう苦しい僕 僕は逃げないから離してみんな。
こらあんたたち、マリア教の家具を壊す気？とにかく離れなさいよ。抱きしめるの禁止。
It's alright, it's alright.
そう言ってるサタン姉が一番抱きしめたがってるよ。
私は別にあんなふかふかのプニプニのワフワフなんて。こらマリア教とエンジェ様の御前よ。静かになさいこの愚昧ども。
They were so energetic. The sudden burst of activity as soon as they appeared left me stunned. And even greater than that was my surprise that the innocent Saktaro was on such good terms with the Seven Sisters.
意外。サク太郎があんな物騒な連中にこんなに可愛がられてるなんて。
同じ同盟の仲間たちだもん。怖くなんかないよ。
でも万が一彼女らの機嫌を損ねちゃったら、サク太郎あっという間にやられちゃいそう。
Door of Summer, yeah. Very cool song.
大丈夫。同盟の魔女とその家具はみんな仲良しなの。だからサク太郎も安心して遊べるの。それはもちろん私やエンジェも同じだよ。
One of the treaties of Mariage Sorcière. Mutual non-aggression and non-interference. Member witches must respect each other's magic and creations. Even the sisters, who are normally extremely combative and dangerous, interacted with fellow alliance members as friends. So to the Seven Sisters, Saktaro was a common friend. Fishiaroma best soundtrack before murders happen. Oh no. Oh no. He was loved by all of the Seven Sisters, and they were trying to steal him away from each other. The scene, as they all surrounded him and loved him, was actually a bit
なる
charming.
ほど。マリアージュ・ソルシエールの仲間同士なのね。
At a glance, you'd think that Saktaro's easygoing atmosphere and the Seven Sisters' unsettling one would be like water and oil. They looked like they'd never be compatible. And yet, they were interacting in such a friendly way as if it was completely natural. If all the peoples of the world could be joined in this wonderful alliance, I wonder if the whole world could immediately become friends.
七姉妹のみんな聞いて。
Saktaro looks like you know, if you guys read the Higurashi, you know what I'm talking about. Ah, okay. I did not read that. I don't know what you're talking about, so I'm leaving it to the others to understand. Golden Slaughter is when the beat is popping and the bodies are dropping. Oh no. Oh no.
今エンジェは魔法の修行中なの。だからみんなの力を貸してほしいの。
かしこまりました、マリア卿。しかし具体的には何を？
君たちを権限させる魔力を私からエンジェに移す。その状態でいつも彼女の身近にいてあげてほしいの。
They all hit hard in the proper moments.
彼女の話し相手になったりしてあげるだけでいい。
The soundtrack is absolutely lit. Just generally speaking. I don't think there's any song that's bad. I can't.
恐れながらエンジェ様の魔力では私たち七姉妹すべてを四六時中呼び出し続けるのは容易なことではないかと。
The oldest sister, Lucifer, gauged my reaction as she advised us, speaking reservedly. In short, she was saying that the burden might be too heavy for me at this point in time.
そういう修行なの。
The jazz song can get annoying? I feel like it was appropriate too, so that's alright.
エンジェはみんなが想像しているより才能と魔力があるよ。ちょっぴり辛いかなとは思うけど、今のエンジェなら挑戦する価値はあると思う。エンジェ、今から彼女たちを権限させる魔力を君に切り替える。つまりエンジェが呼び出したのと同じ状態になるの。
So what Maria Onechan was trying to say was something like this. To keep the Seven Sisters manifested, you were burdened continuously with a significant amount of magical power. Maybe you could say it was like training while wearing weighted wristbands.
風流、七姉妹全員はかなり大変。エンジェ、いきなりは厳しくない？
ありがとう、作太郎。でも、魔女になるための修行だしね。やれるところまでやってみるわ。
The seven of them certainly do seem boisterous. But even if they're doing it for the sake of my training, having them be with me will surely distract me from my loneliness, at least a little. I understood it would be an ordeal, but before anything else I wanted to give it a shot.
もしも辛かったら無理をしないでね。みんなもエンジェが辛そうだったら加減してあげて。
かしこまりました。わかったね、あんたたち。はーい、お姉様。それではエンジェ様、これより我ら煉獄の七姉妹はエンジェ様の家具となります。マリア卿、お願いいたします。
うん。じゃあエンジェ、始めてもいい？
いいわ。ちょっと緊張する。
ウリュウ、いきなりは辛いかも。頭痛になりそうだったらすぐに魔力を減らしてね。
じゃあ魔力ソースをエンジェに移すよ。
Instantly, the inside of my head felt very heavy. This is... yes, it's tough. Until then, the inside of my head had been used only for myself. It was almost like it was now also being used for 7 other people. Their mere presence there, blinking or even letting out a single breath, was placing an enormous weight on the inside of my head.
マリア卿、恐れながら、やはり一度に七姉妹全員の負荷は重すぎるかと。
大丈夫。
Aha, I see. Alliance of the Golden Witch, got it. Makes sense.
やっぱりダメかな。権限に全勢力を使っちゃってる。日常生活と両立できないほどの負荷じゃ意味がない。
Embrace your inner geek.
Oh hey, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome.
何しろ魔女としてこれじゃちょっと優雅じゃないね。
I had nothing of the magic thing pinned down by then. Maybe Bits Farquhar corrected. That thing was a treasure placed behind 1,000 locks. Well, it does make me feel a little bit better that I don't know how to make sense of this if the people who actually put in a lot of effort also came up more or less empty by this time. So thank you for sharing that.
ウリュウ、だからいきなりこんなに大勢は無理だって言った。みんな少し姿を消してあげて。
そうね。人数を減らした方が良さそう。アスモ、姿を消しなさい。
また私？末っ子いじめ反対。たまには上から消えてよ。それじゃあ私が2番目に消えなきゃならないじゃない。やだやだやだ。
アスモもレビアネーも騒がないの。そういう騒ぎが余計エンジェ様の負担になるのよ。
あんたが騒ぐのも負担になるのよ、バカサタン。
The seven sisters started arguing over who should vanish first. All the energy of that fight became a burden, imposing an even greater headache upon Enje. In the end, they decided the order with rock, paper, scissors, and they began to disappear. 1 of them, 2, 3. But even at that level, Enje was still far from comfortable. In the end, I was finally able to calm my breathing once 6 of them had erased themselves. With my magical power, forget the seven sisters, just one of them is my limit.
ああ、これじゃあ七姉妹じゃなくて、私一人じゃないですか。
Yeah, I hear you, Dezo, and I know, Bea, I need love to see it. I can't tell much apart right now. That's pretty much where I am. I don't know when things will start to clear up, but I just take it as it comes, I guess.
エンジェ様、ちょっと頼りないです。
Mammon, who had won her way through the rock, paper, scissors and received permission to remain until the end, complained.
無理よ。
Oh, well, thank you, Lizzo.
マモン、そんなこと言っちゃダメ。エンジェはまだまだ修行中。大丈夫、エンジェ。頭痛、大丈夫？
Sakura stretched on his tiptoes and did a little hop stride to pat Inge's head. Watching this, Maria scratched her head, acknowledging that the sudden training had been too difficult. I love it. Okay, well, looking forward to it. The second one was just absolute pain. The one after the third one, it was more bearable. There were quite a bunch of interesting pieces of information that came through, despite the whole betrayal thing at the end. It was quite interesting. Now that NJ is here in this chapter, I'm looking forward to what she brings to the table, and so far I really like her, so I hope it's cool. And yeah, let's see what else comes. Third is just annoying Evatrice laugh. Yeah. Yeah, but I feel even with Evatrice, which I did not... the others can confirm that I've had PTSD just seeing the staff last time materialize into Maria's hands. I still don't like seeing it in her hands, and just whatever. But still, it wasn't as painful as episode 2.
ちょっと荒行すぎたかな。マリア、これくらいなら全然平気だけど。友達いっぱいいればいるほど楽しいし。
お姉ちゃんの凄さを改めて思い知るわ。
According to Maria One-chan, when you reach her class, you can even summon enough people at once to make up an orchestra. Oh wow! And yet she calls herself a witch apprentice. That's awe-inspiring.
大丈夫ですか？エンジ様。
ごめんなさいね。
Go enjoy your food. Thank you so much for dropping by. Take care, take care.
私にはあなた一人を呼び出すのがやっとみたい。
まあ、私はこれでもいいかな。だって、七姉妹で私だけが、エンジ様の家具を独り占めだし。いかがですか？エンジ様。私一人なら、不可にはなりませんか？
ええ、あなた一人ならなんとかね。
よかったー。なら、いっぱい修行して、いっぱい魔力を養ってください。そして、いつかきっと七姉妹で、揃ってお仕えさせてください。約束ですよ。
After checking that there was at least nothing wrong with her own manifestation, Mammon immediately returned to a good mood and tried to make me promise to work even harder. Yes, I can see the greed in her. But maybe you could also call it positivity.
ええ、約束するわ。そのくらいはいつかできなくちゃね。
ありがとう、エンジ様。この強欲のマモン。その日まで必ず、エンジ様にお仕えします。
My headache finally abated and I relaxed both hands, which had been clutching at my head. Then Mammon stuck out her hand and helped me to stand back up.
おりゅう。あ、マリア、エンジェ、もうこんな時間だよ。もうお部屋に戻らないと叱られる。
I hadn't expected Saktaro to talk about the time Engine Mammon is aw. Yeah, I still have a very hard time thinking in terms of awe and cute about the stakes because they're murder weapons, okay? So I have a hard time getting past the murderous part. Okay? I'm not saying their designs aren't cute. They are. Their voice acting is very nice. I guess they have their moments. I'm not denying any of that. But I'm not there. Okay. Okay, everyone is worried about the scene. Oh god, what's gonna happen now? I think what we all struggled with back then was the idea of how does this tie into locked rooms and murders. Yeah, I mean, you can say that about anything that has been thrown at us these past episodes. But yeah, how does this? And also if the whole, you know, seeing things with infused with magic, let's say, and with furniture being summoned and so on, it's a thing that Beatrice can do in the, let's say, closed off world of the island and of the game, where things keep replaying and then she can, you know, do it at will and whatever. How does that then extrapolate to what we're seeing here with Enje? And also, how does it tie in? Because, like, we were in a sort of... We were in a certain time, when Maria turned into a witch and Saktaro was brought to life and whatever, right? And then Enje started interacting with them as is, and Maria's outfit changed and so on. But then we had a flashback to some years in the past when Enje was first trying to use magic. Let's say, okay, fine. But Maria and Saktaro were identical. How does that... What? I don't get it. The only thing that I can think about right now is that all of this is happening because Enje is interacting with the diary and the grimoire that were left over from the island. So is that some sort of extension of the witchy, like, universe play projection, whatever that is, that Beatrice was putting on? I don't know. This scene isn't now an extreme. Okay. Everyone is calming down. Okay, fine. I said my piece. Let's go on. Let's see what scene it is. I was brought back into reality. As though the light had disappeared from it, the vast world sank into the darkness. And I was in a tiny, tiny bathroom stall, sitting on a toilet. Onechan's grimoire was open on my lap. I looked at the clock. It was almost 8 p.m, time for lights out. If I show up late for the roll call before lights out, not only do they make an annoying fuss about it, but it causes trouble for my roommates and floor mates as well. Okay, favorite scene of the episode. Okay. I couldn't care less about causing them trouble, but I'd rather not have to deal with the annoying interference that would come as a result. That's the end of my me time for today. I'll go to bed, wake up, tomorrow will begin, and another long, grey-colored day will repeat again. I closed the grimoire and rose from the toilet seat. Onechan appeared again and spoke.
ほら、エンジェ、修行を忘れてるよ。マモンを連れて行って。
I'd forgotten. The moment I'd returned to reality, I'd stopped manifesting Mammon. One more time, I created a strong image of the existence of Mammon in my mind.
もう、エンジ様ったらひどいです。いきなり私を消すなんて。
Oh man,
そんなんじゃ、7姉妹を全員呼ぶなんて、なかなかできませんよ。
She is quite a handful, isn't she?
ごめんなさい。うっかりしてたわ。
人間界に権限するのはすごい久しぶりなので、何から何まで興味深いです。ちょっぴりワクワクしてます。ここはどこですか？
聖ルチーア学園の寮。ここはその共用トイレの個室。各部屋にトイレはあるから、ここには誰も来ない。 静か
Yeah, I
で
guess.
本を読むにはちょうどいいの。
It seems though some of the older sisters have a certain degree of reason and restraint that the younger ones don't. And I can at least say that I'm leaning towards respecting that a lot more. It's dangerous to go along thing, Mammon. The Zelda memes into an Umineko playthrough. Yes. Yes, yes.
ここの寮は本を読むにもトイレの個室に隠れなきゃならないの？噴書でもやってるんですか？
Do they burn them? Oh. I have a double room, so my roommate is always there. Our relationship is strained and it feels like I'm always being ignored. The atmosphere is bad, so it's really not a place I can relax. And it's good for her as well. As long as I'm not there, she can go all out, call her friends, and have a chatting party. It's more convenient for her too if I don't return until just before lights out. There's also the library, but the group that uses that as a meeting place is constantly whispering about me. So I don't like to go to the library either. During lunch, it's the bushes behind the school building. During the night, it's the stall in the communal bathroom in the dorms. Those are the only hideaways where I can be given peace. I opened the door to the stall and went out. I turned around, signaling with my eyes for Mammon to come with me.
よくわからないけれど、園児様にとってとても快適とは言い難い場所だってことが分かったわ。早く表に出ましょう。ここの空気、嫌い。
そう。ここの空気が一番まともなんだけどね。
When I left the bathroom and exited into the corridor, because it was near lights out, all the girls who had gone to play in other rooms were dashing back to their own. When it came time for lights out, we had to change into uniform pajamas that we hated and called prison clothes. Line up in the hallway and go through the dorm leader's roll call. If by some chance someone were to be late for this, we would be made to take collective responsibility, and all of us floor mates would have to undergo a punishment that went by the name of volunteer work. As long as I took care to avoid this, the girls would disregard me coldly, but they wouldn't get in my way. That alone was enough for me. Oh, it's terrible. Mammon looked at the passing girls and the furnishings of the dorm with interest. Without paying her any particular attention, I hurried back to my room. In front of my room was my roommate, who had already changed into her prison clothes, chatting with some other girls from the room next door. When they noticed me hurrying back, they blatantly changed the topic of their conversation. They lowered their voices, stealing glances at me. I acted like I didn't notice, went into my room, changed, and hurriedly went out into the corridor. Everyone was already lined up.
何これ？おかしい。ここってお嬢様学校じゃないの？刑務所みたい。バカみたい。
やっぱりそうよね。私もそう思ってるわ。刑務所よりさらに厳しい点は、素行が良くても刑期が短くならない点かしら。
After bitching for a bit, I noticed. Having someone to listen to your complaints feels surprisingly good. Fortunately, Mammon's form can only be seen by the summoner, me. And of course, there's no need to speak out loud for this conversation. All I have to do is speak inside my mind so no one can listen in. Magic and the friends created by it might actually not be so bad.
こいつら、揃いも揃ってもやしみたい。生きてないって感じ。
やめなさいよ。毎日姿を見られたら大変よ。
夢も希望もかけらほどもない人間なんて、半魔法の塊だもの。私の姿なんて、絶対に見えるわけがない。見ることもできない、下等生物どもが。
あなたは、その半魔法の毒素を持つ人間たちが、これほどいる中でも平気なの？
園児様が、私を権限させてくださる限りは平気です。ただ、私を権限するために、常に集中しなければならないでしょうから、日常生活がおろそかになる可能性がありますよ。ほら、同室の子に呼ばれてません？
後宮さん、聞こえてる？来週からの終盤なんだけどさ、ちょっと相談があって。
Uh-huh. a little talk, probably about pushing a few more chores onto me. My roommate, who normally would never even look me in the eye, was smiling at me unpleasantly. But I'll have a much easier time having the weekly duty pushed onto me and doing it alone rather than being forced to do it with her. That's a small price to pay to have her continue to ignore me. Yet after the shameless excuses, she transitioned into pushing a completely different point, insisting on flipping the issue on its head, as if I should have come forward and done it of my own initiative. One of the special traits of this academy is that it's full of girls who don't know how to ask a favor.
何この子、ムカつくー。眉間に思いっきり私の杭をねじ込んでやりたい。
そうね。ぜひ今度お願いするわ。
Yeah, having a friend nearby all the time to complain to makes me happier than I thought it would. Is that a happy thought though? I don't know. That doesn't sound very happy. The Seven Sisters really were lively when they were all gathered together. I'm sure that just watching them mess around would be a lot of fun. I've decided I'll do all I can to quickly gain the magical power to summon all of the Seven Sisters at once. And then I'll keep training more and more and more and summon the thing that I really want to summon.
エンジェ様が本当に召喚したいものって何ですか?
Mammon noticed my conversation with myself inside my head and asked about it blankly. I hesitated over whether to talk about it, but then thought that it wasn't anything to hide and told her.
家族よ。
And she's very relatable, suicidal with an imaginary harem. Oh my god.
お父さん、お母さん、お兄ちゃん。
それってつまり死者の魂？異界の住人を呼び出すのは召喚だけど、死者の魂を呼び戻すのは反言で、それは全くの別物。反言はかなりの大魔法のはずですよ。
A lot of people resonate with that, it seems. I know. So much so that even Maria One-chan can't do it at all. But that's the thing I most want to call with magic. Bless you. In all of the stories that I have ever experienced, where the summoning of the dead or the bringing back of the dead is involved, it never ends up well. Never. Because it's not something that you should do. You should let the dead rest, no matter how painful it is. Human transmutation is forbidden. Oh man. I've been warned that it's a very difficult high-level magic. So great that, in the worst case, I might not necessarily reach that point even after training for my whole life. What can go wrong? Don't you want to see a zombie battler? Actually, no. No. Either real battler in the flesh or none. Furthermore, I have no vessel. A vessel is something vital for making magic succeed, whether it be summoning or resurrection. Because I don't have one, what would already have been difficult magic instead became hopeless. That's right, I have nothing to remember Mom or Dad by. However, by an extraordinary coincidence, I do have something to help me remember Oni-chan. And that's this.
そのピンクの玉の頭飾り?
I thought so. When she was touching them earlier and said him, I was like, who's him? Is it maybe Butler? But I didn't know.
何それ? 言っちゃ悪いけど、エンジェ様にはちょっと安物っぽい。
昔、お父さんに内緒で、お母さんと一緒にお兄ちゃんに会って、遊園地に遊びに行ったことがあるの。そこのクレーンゲームの景品。
Aww. Oh, he earned it for her. That's so nice. I know it's something cheap. I realize that it doesn't match my style. And I get that it's too childish. But this hair accessory is the only thing that makes me feel as though Battler Oni-chan is by my side. My heart. Right. So let me get this straight. We were in a weird scene, in a weird future timeline moment, of NJ. Okay. It involved magic and summoning Mammon. Okay, fine. Then we flashed back to when she tried to do it earlier in her life, right? And from that flashback, we're flashing back again to remember the scene when she got the hair tie thingies from Battler. Oh my lord. The inside of the glass case had been filled with plastic capsules packed with fun-looking things. It seemed that each of those capsules had some kind of cute little object inside. The game was to grab those with the crane, but I was young and it was too hard for me. No matter how many times I tried, I didn't even get close. Getting the timeline right in this episode is a big challenge for everyone. I mean, at least I'm managing to keep track of that, so it's something. Umineko, 1 week cry, yeah. Yep. Mom told me that whatever was inside was probably cheap anyway, and we didn't even know what it was, so there was no point in getting all upset over it. But whether it was something cheap or not wasn't the issue. The process of grabbing happiness with my own hands felt very important and sacred to me. So I wanted that capsule with its unknown cheap little object more than anything. I know, you told me, Bea. I was just saying it out loud to make sure that I'm not messing it up. Yeah, it is a very hard line. And it's also super cute, if you think about it, that for a child, like, that unknown thing that you can get through this, like, mystical kind of process, that is happiness, and then I can hold it in my hands, and then I have happiness manifested in an object in my hands. Like, what else other than the innocence of a child could come up with that? We adults are too jaded to think something as sweet as that. It's such a tiny happiness too. Like, it's so simple. You don't need much to be happy. Right, so I wanted that capsule with its unknown cheap little object more than anything. Oh, how cute is this? I am melting. Oh no. The plushes that I want from crane machines are still on my nightstand, so I understand NJ in that regard. Yeah, look at them, most precious. Batora, yeah. Oh. Battler's fierce face of like, I'm gonna get this for you, NJ, don't worry. Oni-chan got this. Precious baby Battler and baby NJ. I guess he was younger here. Oh, so sweet. Then Battler Oni-chan came over after finishing with the game where you shoot soldiers with a gun, and had to go in my place. The happiness that was beyond my reach, Oni-chan stretched out for with his longer arms, and he grasped it for me. Oni-chan really was coordinated. Apparently he often played at the arcade with his friends. After only 1 or 2 attempts with the crane, he grasped that thing on the other side of the glass that I hadn't even been able to touch, and dumped it into the exit chute. When Oni-chan tossed me that capsule, I remember feeling like I could count on him for anything. For the next several days, I felt like the capsule was too precious to open up. Then, one day I finally opened it. And when I did, what revealed itself from inside was this pink bead hair accessory. Since that day, this has been a symbol of Oni-chan. My young mind thought that getting that 4-person family together, with Battler Oni-chan included, was a precondition for a happy family. So I wanted Oni-chan and Dad to make up quickly. In my own way, I had made this hair accessory a charm to bring my whole family together. Aww. That's why I always used to wear it, because I wanted to feel my reliable, funny, and wonderful Oni-chan by my side all the time, and give him a place in our house. Aww.
でも
お兄ちゃんの記憶はあまりに遠い。マリアお姉ちゃんがライオンのぬいぐるみからサクタラを生み出したようには簡単にできない。私は死者の魂を蘇らせる大魔法をいつか必ず身につける。そしてそれを成功させられる唯一の鍵が、よりしろが。
なるほど。その頭飾りにものすごい魔力を感じてたけど、そういうわけなのね。
魔力？お兄ちゃんのこれに魔力が宿ってるの？
エンジェ様が宿らせていると言うべきかもね。エンジェ様の兄を呼び出したいという強い思いが魔力を与えている。確かに反言は大魔法だけど、エンジェ様はその魔法のために無意識のうちに着実に階段を登っているのは間違いない。
嬉しいわ。私以外の人にそれを認めてもらえるのは。
Your own effort isn't something that you can observe by yourself. In that sense, even though these words came from a dangerous demon girl who governs over one of the 7 deadly sins, they made me very happy.
反言の魔法に至るのと寿命を全うするのとどっちが早いかだけは私には保証できないけれども、でも挑む山の高さが高ければ高いほど、エンジェ様はくじけることがなかったなら、きっといつか私たちの元の主ベアトリーチェ様に匹敵するほどの大魔女になれると思います。
なれるかしら。大魔女になってお兄ちゃんを。
反言の魔女エンジェ教。
Sorry, I went too fast there. So not just Battler, but her entire family? Yeah. No, my family. Yeah.
素敵！反言の魔女はかなりレアな魔女です。そんな魔女がご主人様なんてちょっと鼻が高いです。
I do not have words to describe all of the alarms that are going off in my head right now. And all of the creepy-crawly, heebie-jeebie feelings that I'm getting. Of all things, resurrection is... Oh, God. Oh, yeah, sure, of course. You're not breaking the mood. And don't worry about it. You can have a link. Give me just a second. Invite. And there you go. Oh, wait, no, actually, I wanted just one day. There you go. There you are. Welcome. Okay, let's go back.
っていうか、むしろそうなってほしいものです。家具の価値も主の格に比例しますので、もうベアトリーチェ様さえ抜いちゃって、天下無双の大魔女になってくださいね。煉獄の7姉妹を代表して心より応援申し上げます。
I thought that if a magical friend were to appear for me too, I'd like a cute kid, like Sakutaro. But even if this 5th sister of the frightening 7 sisters who governed the 7 deadly sins was enough to calm my heart this much all by herself, Maria Onichan probably knew this long ago. That's why she recommended the world of witches to me over and over and over again, and I kept on stubbornly rejecting it. I should have given in and started my training as a witch sooner. But she does stop at some point, I wonder why. A year as a child compares with 10 in old age, was it? At this point I find my past self deplorable for wasting precious time doing nothing but complaining. Long after I turned off the lights and slipped into bed, Mammon continued to talk to me beside my pillow. I promise, one day for sure I'll develop a magical power that can summon the 7 sisters, and I'll let them have a lively and fun time. The 7 of them make a single whole. None can be left out. Family must be together. I must bring them together. Okay. My awareness began to return slowly. I hadn't been able to stand watching Aunt Rosa and Maria Onichan's relationship. Okay, we're back here now. Great. I do remember what this is though, so I can follow. And had run away from Beato and Oni-chan's game, hadn't I? I've got to go back. I've got to go back, support Oni-chan, and quickly bring him back from this world and its crazy witch games. Because as long as I'm here, I'm not permitted to call myself NJ. Suddenly, I felt someone's presence. When I turned around, there stood Mammon.
グレーテル様、そろそろお戻りになられないと、ゲームの進行に差し支えると、ベアトリーチェ様が仰せです。
That's impressive. Is it? I don't know. I don't want to necessarily downplay it, but like this is from last time, right? Because that's how things happened. She got upset about that, and then she went out, and then we started thinking back on things and talking to Maria and all of the jazz, and that's where we continued from. Now we're here back. Okay. No, we don't need this. No, we're fine. Thank you very much. Yay! Yeah, that happens sometimes. It is what it is. It's been 6 days. Yeah. Yeah, alright. I'll take the compliment, thank you. But this Mammon doesn't know who she is, right?
速やかにお戻りになられますように。
ありがとう。もう戻るわ。
よかったじゃないですか。
何が？
バトラお兄ちゃんに出会えて。
She does.
皮肉？
そう聞こえるなら、そういうことにしてもらってもいいですけど。
ごめんなさい。
But when you make that face with that smile, with those canines kinda, it's hard, it's really hard to take it indifferently. Imagine your typical Twitch viewer trying to read something like this. I don't know. We are a bunch of introverted geeks who have a very sharp sense of intuition, most likely. And I wouldn't really immediately put it past people to get this. I don't know. I personally don't feel like I did that great of a thing. My first instinct wouldn't be to underestimate. And the typical Twitch viewer turns me on this. It's just a matter of patience, that's all, I guess. I have loads of that.
言葉通りに受け取るべきね。ええ、そうよ。こんなおかしな世界であっても、お兄ちゃんに出会えて心底に嬉しいわ。
そして、お兄ちゃんのために、ベアトリーチ様に打ち勝つ？
ええ。いつまでもこんな世界で遊ばれてちゃ困るもの。そろそろお家へ帰る時間なのよ。だから私が呼びに来たわ。
せいぜい頑張ってください。私、今の主は、ベアトリーチ様ですので、応援はできませんが。
知ってるわ。1986年10月5日までは、あなたはベアトリーチェの家具よ。そしてやがては、私の友人になるわ。
そしてやがては、その友人を捨てるわけですが、何しろ。
Creepy! Mammon moaned as if she had bit her tongue, staggering as she clutched her chest. Apparently the rule applies to people other than me as well.
大丈夫？それ、結構辛いわよ。
失礼しました。グレーテル様。
いいえ、ありがとう。嬉しいわ。お兄ちゃんに出会えて。あなたの最初の問いへの答えよ。じゃあ、戻りましょう。私があまりぐずると、あなたが今の主人に怒られるわ。
はい。ご理解いただけて助かります。それではこっち。
マモン？
I'm sure Mammon had been about to say well done this way, but she stopped dead as though the film had been turned off. Oh no, the song gives me... no. It looked like she had suddenly frozen. Then I noticed. She wasn't the only thing that had frozen. Even the air and floating bits of dust had frozen in place. A world where it seemed like even time itself had frozen. Yes. The happy song of nothing bad happening. Yes, that's exactly what it is. Fishy aroma. Which witch are we gonna deal with? Yes, it resembled that what would usually happen just before Burncastle appeared. But the atmosphere was different somehow. Then I understood. It wasn't Burncastle. It was the other witch.
調子はどうかしら、エンジェ？
ラムダデルタ。あなたにはルールの適用はないのね。
当たり前でしょ。ルールは他人を縛るためにあるのよ。自分をそれで縛るバカはいないわ。
Burncastle is a witch who supports me, but this girl is different. This witch supports Beatrice. In other words, she's on the side of the enemy. But there's some kind of difference between her and Beatrice. There's something elusive about Lambda Delta's existence and Burncastle's as well. It's the pop and cute super paper witch. I don't know. There's just this aura of mischief and evil that oozes out of her. And all of the cuteness of her attire, which I will agree, it's very cute, but it does nothing against it. Like it's completely cancelled out and negated by that. So I have no positive feelings when Lambda Delta's around. It's just an indication that trouble is around the corner. That's it. How should I put it? Maybe they're like beings from a higher dimension. In any event, I'm still unsure about how to deal with her. The only thing that I'm certain about is that she is my enemy. No, just knowing that might be enough.
それで、私に何かご用？
When she started talking down to Beatrice, she was so threatening that feeling of mischief is the right way to put it. She does creep me out more than Beatrice. So that's quite something.
まあね。あなたたちの会話に耳を傾けてたら、ちょっと面白い話になったんでね。
Maybe it's also because Beatrice has like the form of an adult person, and she doesn't shy away from who she really is. Aside from last episode when she put on a whole show and a whole play, but okay, we can skip that. Just generally she's very forthcoming with her personality and her quirks and whatever. I think I'm more creeped out by Lambda Delta because she has the appearance of a kid, and the whole aesthetic of her is like super cute and sweet and whatever. But then there's this that comes out of her mouth, and then the facial expressions that he makes and stuff like that. It's just okay. Don't want to mess with that. Lambda has that I'm so silly and stupid teehee thing going on, but she already let her mask slip a bit before. Yeah, no. It's all that's all a show.
あなたにちょっといい話を聞かせてあげようと思って。
あなたは私の敵のはず。
She's just a bit silly, don't worry about it.
そのあなたが私に得する話を聞かせる理由が思いつかないわ。つまり、耳を傾けた時点で負けということだわ。じゃあね、See you next time.
誤解しないで。私の相手はベルンであってあなたじゃないわ。つまり、私とあなたが共に得をする話はあり得るということよ。
悪いけど、私には聞く気がないわ。
That is the right attitude. I am on board with Angel there. That said, I probably won't be released from this frozen time until Lambda Delta is happy. That itself might be proof that she is a higher dimensional being than me. I haven't been given the option of not listening to her. About the only thing I can do is strengthen the mental guard and try not to be shaken by anything she says. She'll probably either try to make me believe something disadvantageous to me, or threaten me.
そんなに身構えなくてもいいってば。私はあなたの誤解を解きに来ただけよ。いえ、ちょっと違う。ベルンカステルがあなたについた嘘を教えてあげようと思ってやってきたのよ。
ベルンカステルが嘘？
あなたはベルンにベアトを倒せば兄が帰ってくるような、そんな言い方をされたんじゃないの？
さあ、あなたに話す気はないけど。
My brother coming home. How could that ever be possible? I mean, I could understand if in her heart there was hope or something, that something or other could be achieved. Because in the end, they're basically going back in time or something crazy like that, or the world of her existing in the future, it's kind of like colliding with this closed off world of Rock and Jim, and she can come through or whatever and interact. It's already crazy enough, right? So on the baseline of that craziness, her heart breeding the hope of maybe if I fix this I can get my family back is not necessarily that surprising. But if you stop to think about it logically, it's just the dead don't come back. They just don't. The most you can hope to get out of this is an answer and clarity on what happened, which is already more than enough. And getting to spend a little time with Battler, I guess. But coming home, that is a completely different story. My brother coming home. I hadn't been promised anything that dreamlike. It was a promise with considerably low prospects, where I could end up with maybe one person, and only if I was lucky. And I think Byrne was also quite adamant of it's very improbable, and while the chances might be higher than zero, they're very close to zero. Didn't she say that? She said that. I don't think she made a promise that, oh, you solve this, you'll get your brother back. It wasn't in those terms. But that's enough for me. Since I was promised an eternity of isolation, this faint but still non-zero chance was like a blindingly bright beacon to me. Because this is a very tricky miracle in itself to grant. Yeah, I don't know. She took the offering gamble there. That's absolutely right. She did. But the way Lambda is phrasing it is I bet Byrne gave you the impression that if you win the game, you absolutely 100% get your brother back. That's not it. That was never it. It was never said in those terms. At least not that I perceived it that way. Maybe I have this preconceived notion of there's no way in hell you can get someone who died back. So I just my mind just didn't go there for me. Maybe it's just me. Witches are very fickle beings, I guess. I guess that's true.
ある意味ベルンのその約束は嘘ではないわ。ベルンがそう約束したのならきっと、あなたがベアトを倒せば、バトラの両親も解放されて、あなたのところへ帰ってくる。
What does it mean to be released? What does it mean to come back to you? This is highly interpretable.
何の問題もないじゃない。
本気で？あの子は案外残酷よね。わかってて騙すなんて。
私がどう騙されてるというの？
Shoot. I've let her take the initiative. But I won't be released until I land near to her story, so it's something I'll have to hear anyway. I'm asking the right questions, you always say that. The point is, I only have like a bucket full of questions and no answers. So, I don't know. Even though I realized that I could be on the verge of falling into a trap, I urged her on.
今は何年？
このゲーム版の世界のこと？ならば、1986年10月4日よ。
その通り。ならば、あなたがベアトに打ち勝ったなら、台風が去った10月6日に、島に囚われていた人々は帰還する。
Welcome to the questions arc. Yeah, I guess pretty much that sums it up. Yep.
1986年の10月6日にね。
だから何？
あなたの1986年の10月6日はどうだった？親戚の家にいたんじゃなかったかしら。
I had been at the house of the only Sumadera my mother trusted, Grandpa. We got a call. While I was playing with building blocks in the tatami room, we got a call. After watching to see that I had remembered, Lambda Delta smiled unpleasantly and spoke. The biggest things Umineko asked us we used to not stop thinking, so persistence is key. I'm doing my best.
ねえ。
Oh god, see, this is so creepy. I can't handle it. I can't handle her. Oh god. Okay.
あなたの1986年10月6日に、バトラお兄ちゃん帰ってきた？
Even though I didn't understand what I was being told, I noticed an unpleasant sweat seeping out all over my face. I don't understand. I don't understand. What is this witch saying?
いい？
So what is she trying to say? Something like, if you do manage to save them, it's gonna be for a different Enji from a different world or timeline or whatever, who doesn't get the call on the day that her family is dead, or what? Everyone is vibing on the song, yeah.
あなたがベアトを倒せば、バトラは確かに解放されるわ。そしてお家へ帰るでしょうね。1986年のお家に。だってそうでしょ？バトラは1986年の10月4日から5日に閉じ込められてるんだもの。解放されたらその翌日に帰るのは当然でしょ？そしてあなたは1998年の人間。バトラが帰ってこなかった1998年の後ろ宮エンジ。意味わかる？
何言ってるのあんたは。10月6日に家族が家に帰ってくるなら素敵じゃない。
Well, no, because we've read Steins Gate before.
私はすぐにおじいちゃんの家から帰るわ。
We know a few things about time travel here.
そして私たちは出会う。めでたしめでたし。
ええ。後ろ宮エンジは家族に再会できるでしょうね。1986年に6歳の後ろ宮エンジはね。
私って誰？
後ろ宮エンジよ。18歳の。違うわ。後ろ宮エンジじゃない。そういう名前の魔女の駒なのよ。厳密にはエンジェ・ベアトリーチェという名の全くの別人。意味わかる？
I'm starting to think I don't. Ah, there was a Steins Gate Higurashi crossover event not long ago. Interesting. And I've read and watched Full Metal Alchemist, so I know Resurrection does not end well. Yeah, that's exactly what I was saying earlier. Exactly, yeah. Wait, sorry. Did I read that? I'm starting to think I don't. Yeah. Huh. Who am I? Huh?
だからベルンは残酷だなって思うの。いいえ、意地悪だなって思うのよね。そういう経験 なくもないくせにね。
私何か騙されてる？
ああ、でもどうかベルンを責めないでね。だって考えようによってはあの子は嘘をついてない。ベアトを倒せば家族が帰ってくる。後ろ宮エンジェのところへ。でもその後ろ宮エンジェがあなたのことだとは言ってないだろうけどね。
Was it like that? Was it like that? What did Berncastle say to me again? Your assistance is needed. Your family needs it. We also need it. We so desperately need it. Berncastle had started by saying that. Then I had responded. If I save them, does that mean my family will come back? And how had Berncastle answered that again? I cannot promise that. That kid did promise me, in exchange for accepting this fight. Yes, this is what she said. In exchange, I will search for the fragment with the ideal world that you wish for. The world where your family comes home. Well, that's a completely different thing. She promised she would search for it. She didn't promise that she would find it. Yes, that's right. She only said that she'd search for it. She didn't say she'd find it. Okay, yes, thank you. But I've been prepared for that from the beginning. Even so, she did promise that as long as I didn't give up, there was a faint chance of it happening. And in the end, she said this. I've been giving you a chance for revenge. In exchange, I promise to find and bring you the happiest resolution that is possible for you to receive. Yes! That's all fair. Lambda is so beautifully cruel. Ushiromien is missing, yes.
初めから辛い賭けになることは承知よ。だって私の1998年には家族はいない。絶対のゼロが揺らぐわずかの可能性と引き換えなら、私にはそれだけで価値がある。
Yeah.
仮に復讐を成し遂げても徒労になるかもしれないと事前に脅されてるわ。だから。
ええ、その部分に嘘はないわね。ベアとのゲーム版は完璧よ。あんたが立ち回ったところでベアとが敗北する可能性なんて生涯に一度のみ夢見ることを許されるかどうかくらいほんのわずか。つまり限りなくゼロとみなせるほどに絶対にその勝率はほとんどゼロ。だからベルンがそういうお茶を濁した言い方になるのは仕方がない。でもあなたに夢を持たせた点についてだけは騙してると言い切れるわ。だって天文学的な確率を乗り越えてあんたが勝利できたとしても家族が帰ってくるのはあんたのところじゃない。この1986年に存在する6歳の正しい後ろ宮エンジェのところへよ。あんたのところにじゃない。ベルンはそれでも100億のかけらをめぐりあんたに一番マシな世界を探すでしょうね。そしてその彼女が言ったんじゃないの。手土産に持参するつもりだが見つけられなかったと。
言ったわ。
そろそろ気づいてきた？あんたこの戦いにご褒美が用意されてないのよ。
Maybe not that reward, but I would certainly see a bunch of reasons why it would be worthwhile. If only NJ doesn't crumble here. Please don't crumble.
いえ、それどころかベアと打ち破ればゲーム版は消え去る。そしてその駒であるあんたも消え去る。あんたに享受できるゴールは完全にいいえ、私の名において宣言するわ。この絶対の魔女ラムダデルタの名において絶対にないと宣言する。
Yeah, and maybe making sense of the situation in some way. isn't that also something? Because what she never got with all the situation was closure. Isn't that precious too? I mean, I wouldn't expect a witch to understand that. To a witch, probably that's just equivalent to 0. Flat 0, not close to 0, just flat 0. So, yeah. I wouldn't expect Lambda Delta to understand the value in those things.
そんな。それがペルンの嘘よ。煙に巻いたと言うべき？あんたに救いがあるかのように誤解させた。私はそれを解きに来たのよ。
Because I mean, what was the alternative? This angel was about to kill herself. The question is what kind of closure Angel is able to be satisfied with. Okay, sure. I guess that is also something that comes with layers of depth. I agree, but I don't know if beggars can be choosers in this situation. Something is better than nothing. She's lived her whole life with the nothing. It's probably quite overwhelming and mind-numbing and like constantly staring into the void. Yep. Okay.
つまり私はどう戦いどう勝利を収めようとも私のところに家族は帰ってこないの？
ええ、帰ってこない。絶対に絶対の魔女が絶対にって言ってるの。これってすごいことよ。私に絶対が与えられたくて歴史的建造物を捧げた古代の王たちが何人もいたのに、私はそれを気前よくあんたにはプレゼントしちゃうの。これってばとっても素敵でキュートでマーベラスなことなのよ。
No, I didn't expect her to steamroll. I do understand that she needs to have her moments and grow from them and so on. I understand, this is something that needs to happen. And actually, if she manages to push through and also keep, like, find the motivation to keep fighting, it would be all that more powerful. Because she knows, like, she's not getting her hopes up for some amazing miracle in the end, but she's still doing the right thing, I would say.
一つだけいい提案があるの。
Oh no, what do you want? Not good. I'm getting completely swept up. Okay, see, at least she's aware. She's aware. That's good. That's good. I knew I shouldn't have listened, and now the witch Lambda Delta is starting to suck me in.
私の相手はベルンであってあんたじゃない。私とあなたが共に渡航する話はあり得るとさっき言ったはずよ。最初から私はそういう話をすると言っているわ。だから耳を貸しなさい。貸すしかないのよ、あんたには。
聞くわよ。聞いてやるわよ。聞けばいいんでしょ。
I finally lost control over my emotions and exploded from the inside. I don't have a clue anymore. I believed that I was NJ, but at some point I stopped being NJ. That's right, I'm NJ, not NJ. Okay, I don't know how to read these differently. You can see that one is in capitals. Who am I? I'm not my parents' daughter, nor my brother's little sister. I'm just a piece in a witch's game. I don't know, there might be some validity to that, but I also think that she's trying to spin it in such a way that it sounds like everything about you has been stripped away from you, but it has not. I don't think so.
そこまで悲観することはないわ。
Like, she's not like a puppet being pulled by strings. She still has her own agency. She should trust that.
だってよく考えて。今あんたはバトラお兄ちゃんに出会えているわ。確かに自らの名を名乗ることはできないけれど、それでも少なくとも魔女と戦うゲームの味方同士という位置にいて、いつまでも永遠に一緒にいることが意味わかる？
Frustratingly, I do. Oh no, 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 no! Don't you even feel tempted? Oh, that's such bullshit. I'm so sorry. In other words, as long as Oni-chan keeps getting a draw in this game, it will be repeated forever. Again, in all of the stories where I have seen things being repeated forever, while lasting forever, it never ended well. Because it's not the way to go about it. It's so manipulative of Lambda. It is. Continue to draw means the game will continue for eternity, and it means that I, a game piece, can remain with Oni-chan. Lambda smart. But if Oni-chan wins or else loses and the curtain closes on the game...
駒であるあんたは消える。ゲームの駒の幸せは何？ゲームで遊んでもらうことだけよ。押し入れにしまわれて誇りをかぶることじゃないわ。そうでしょ？
In the past, the Seven Sisters of Purgatory said it as well. Furniture's happiness is being used, not being stored away. That's right. I am now the witch's furniture.
話を少し変えるわね。実は私、このゲーム、永遠に引き分け続けてほしいと思ってるの。終わらないゲームは永遠の檻。ベルンを今度こそ屈服させる、未来永劫に開かれることのない、絶対密室よ。ベアとはね、一応は勝つ気があるの。バトラーを屈服させるという勝利ね。でもね、実はそれも私には困るのよ。だってゲームが終わっちゃったら密室が崩れてしまうもの。だから私、バトラーが屈服することだけはないように、ある程度の手心は加えてるの。安心して。バトラーが屈服しかけると、私は彼の味方になったりもしてるのよ。ただね、どうもベアとのやつ、それにうすうす気づき出してる気がする。このゲームに自分の勝ちは永遠にないんじゃないかって気づき始めてる気がする。でもそこはさすが無限の魔女。ベアとはバカだから、それでもいつかきっと勝てる。それまで延々と無限にゲームを繰り返せばいいと楽観してるわ。金髪の女は大抵考えが足りないって決まってるものよ。
You are blonde too. What do you mean?
この魔女のゲームには勝利も敗北もない。
私が勝たせない。そして任せない。絶対に。
Yeah, sure.
ベルンはそれに気づいてる。そしてそれを破るために最も強力な駒としてあんたを見つけ、このゲームを終わらせるためにね。
このゲームを終わらせる？
終われば駒の役目ははっきり断言する。あんたは存在が矛盾してるのよ。自らの存在理由が自らを闇に葬り絶望するため。
My goal is to defeat the battle and release my captive family. And yet, even if I succeed, I won't be rewarded.
負けられない。そして勝っても報われない。だから私は第3の選択肢をあなたに持ってきたの。そしてその選択肢は私とあなたの利害を一致させるわ。
Ah, no. Continuing the draw forever.
そう。永遠に引き分け続ける限り、この世界は崩壊しない。この世界は何？魔女とのゲームの世界。ベアトとバトラが永遠に戦い続ける世界。そして同時に、あなたが永遠にバトラと一緒にいられる世界なのよ。
I mean, is this really even being with Battler? She doesn't even know who she is. It's such a... And it's all tied to repeating this charade over and over again. who would want this over and over forever? My brain turned to mush. I could feel the chaos pouring from my eyes as a hot liquid. The heat of it felt like it was going to burn my face.
ねえ。エンジェ・ベアトリーチェ、ゲームを終わらせ、あなたとバトルの交流できる世界を終わらせようとするのが目的のベルンカステルに味方する理由がどこにあんの？あの子はあんたを騙してたのよ。自分の駒になればあんたが救われるかのようにごまかしてね。でも私はそこをごまかさない。だから言うわ、エンジェ。私の駒になりなさい。私はベルンのように絶対にもらえない嘘のご褒美なんてちらつかせないわ。私の駒となり、このゲームが絶対に終わらないように私に協力する限り、私はあんたにこの世界が絶対に続くことを我が名において絶対に約束する。それだけじゃないわ。ボーナスもつけてあげる。あなたに課せられているルール、それを取り払ってあげるわ。まあもちろん私の駒になると誓ってもらった後にだけどね。
My throat made a heavy, loud gulping sound. I shouldn't have listened. If I hadn't listened, I could have remained an innocent little sister praying for my brother's victory. But I might be different now. You can still pray for your brother's victory. You can, I promise you, you can. I might have degraded into a witch's furniture, satisfied merely to be by Oni-chan's side.
兄を裏切れと言ってるわけじゃないんだからね。バトラが負けそうになったら全力で助ければいい。逆にバトラがペアと追い詰めすぎたら少し加減を変えてあげてほしいと、その程度のお願いをしてるのよ。大丈夫、バトラを裏切るほどの必要はないわ。バトラ一人じゃベアトには勝てない。だからベルンはあんたを送り込んだんでしょ。あんたが手を貸さない限りバトラは永遠にベアトには勝てない。ね、とっても簡単でしょ。
Don't trust that laughter. No. Alright, the scene has ended. I don't know if I should keep going, although it is a little bit early in the stream, but oh hi everyone. Yeah. I guess there's a similarity there. I feel like I want to leave it here today because I'm kind of tired. Is this alright? Lambda in this one scene is way freakier than Beato ever was, to be honest. I absolutely agree with that. Like I said even before the scene happened, that she creeps me out more than Beatrice. Good place to stop. Okay, thank you. Last time we went a little bit overtime, so this time I reserved my right to end 10 minutes earlier. I'm a little bit tired, and that was quite a lot as well, so I need to internalize it and get ready for tomorrow when we do this all over again. So yeah, I think it's a good place to leave it. Alright, cool. It's a hellish roller coaster. Ooh, oh. I don't know what the word hellish even means anymore relative to this novel, because I feel like I've gone to hell and back so many times. Like, just how much more can you throw at me? Yeah. See you again tomorrow, yes. Umineko 2 days in a row, what a treat. Yeah. This week though. Next week we're going back to the usual schedule. So always good and always fine. Which actually reminds me that I just so I don't forget it, because I'm capable of that, I'll adjust the schedule underneath the stream to say that it is back to Tuesday and Thursday. There we go. Yep, there we go. Next one tomorrow. The one after that. Oops, I didn't change the. There we go. Chatting. Aw, it's alright, Judine. Thank you so much for joining. Take care, take care. And good luck with whatever you're busy with. I'm sure you can do it. Sure. Yeah, that's fine. Just give me a sign when that's supposed to be. So you're basically saying that the next 2 chapters cannot be fit into one stream, so I should just do one or something like that? That is also fine. Yeah, that's so cool. Stretch. I don't know, I guess we'll see. Just how they fit in the stream and how much I stop to talk about things or whatever. That's also a factor. Yeah. I have to rely on you because I don't dare Google things or search for them myself because I do not want spoilers. It's danger territory for me, so we'll see how it goes. God, no, don't Google anything. I'm not. I promise I'm not. Local blondie witch breaks reality and time to VM and emote spam suicidal teenager. Pretty much this chapter. Yes. Oh, yeah. I'm curious how it will go though. I have my faith in Ninja that she will find the strength within herself to not crumble in front of this. I believe. I will believe up until the depths of hell and back. I believe. People joining the Discord, very nice. Lambda was your favorite witch. I mean, I can see if you have an appreciation. I mean, I myself have a certain appreciation for how conniving she can be and how she can build a game plan to serve her goals. Props to her. It's just not my cup of tea. One stream itch. Okay, then we do it that way. All good. I live to serve. All good. That is always right. Burn number 1, yeah. They're definitely important and shouldn't be interrupted, but I think it's possible to get both of them into one stream. But we could decide that tomorrow and just see how far we are with the first of the 2. Yeah, that is also cool. That's cool. If you think we can put them into one stream, I can also try to not be late and be on time, so we can have a proper time slot for that in case we need to extend it a little bit or something. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Hard to make a promise when I don't even know what's gonna happen or at what pace I'm gonna go through it. If they're important and they're like chock full of content and stuff, then I could also take an approach where I, much like I did more or less this chapter, I guess, stop by more often to voice my thoughts if that is interesting to you, rather than speed run through them. So then we could have a longer stream. Yeah, 3+ hours is okay. Then let's aim for 1 each, and yeah, we can just stop to talk a bit more often. That's fine too. Throw your thoughts at me. I'll echo back my own feelings, and we can do that. Yeah, I'll just see how it goes. It's fine. Yep. That sounds like a plan. Alrighty. Thank you for taking care of me and saying that. We will approach it in that way and see how it goes. And if there's time to fill, we can always just stop and chat. We did that last time, and I realized after I ended stream I had like a few more dozen things to say. I didn't get to say everything. And at the time it's also love small talk. Yeah, then let's do that. At the time also my mind was so tired and moving in so many directions that I couldn't crystallize everything into words. So yeah, there's things that we can do to fill in the time. So yeah, then I will leave you here for tonight. I really want to go rest because I'm kind of tired. Sure. When we come back to the topic, they will probably come back to me naturally. Maybe not all at once, but as we have the conversation, they'll resurface, I'm sure. You might just use my next sacrifice. All right. You hope to see more of my thoughts. Okay, then that's a strategy. We do that. Wait. Sounds awesome. Then see you tomorrow for the first dose of that, and then the next one is going to be next week on Tuesday as per the usual schedule now. Yep. Thank you so much for the lovely stream. It's always a pleasure to interact with you. You are super cool and you make the magic happen always. I am just the very humbled and fortunate receiver of that. Yep, let's keep going like that, I guess, and see you tomorrow if you can, and if you cannot, that's also fine. Chidorin, take care, good luck with whatever it is that you have to do, and I guess I'll see you around some other time, and the VODs are there if anything, and you can always I can't promise to reply absolutely instantly, especially when I'm busy with work, but if you have a particular question or curiosity, you can always just ask me in the Discord, just tag me and I'll see it, and everything is fine. All right, for now, night. Thanks again for coming by, and yeah, see you tomorrow or whenever you are able to.